Hello everybody, this is JT Productions and welcome back to another preview and prediction video. Today I'll be previewing the American Athletic Conference Championship game. Well, this championship starts at 4 o'clock, same time as the SEC Championship, and it's going to be between the University of Central Florida Knights at 9-3 and the Tulane Green Wave at 10-2 in New Orleans at, I think it's Pullman Stadium. If I'm wrong, just let me know in the comments. With Tulane, I believe Tulane is favored. Let me just look it up. I done screwed it up on one of the others, I believe. So let me just look it up to make sure, so that I'm not just spreading y'all with lies. While I'm looking that up, let me go ahead and preview UCF. Well, UCF with the 3 losses, their 3 losses were to Navy, who beat them 17-14, East Carolina, who beat them 34-13, and Louisville, who beat them 20-14. They had a couple of notable wins too, beating Tulane in the regular season 38-31, beating Cincinnati 25-21, and beating Georgia Tech 27-10. So they had a pretty good season, all things considered. Let's see. Yes, ESPN. Their key players include John Rice Plumlee, a former Ole Miss quarterback who had 2,195 yards passing, 64.5 completion percentage, 13 touchdowns, 7 interceptions, with 848 yards rushing, 11 touchdowns. R.J. Harvey, who rushed for 733 yards and 11 touchdowns. Isaiah Bowser, former Northwestern player who transferred in, 675 rushing yards and 13 touchdowns. And 3 great receivers. Javon Baker, transferred from Alabama, 710 receiving yards and 5 touchdowns. Ryan O'Keefe, 688 receiving yards and 5 touchdowns. And Kobe Hudson, who transferred from Auburn, 480 yards and 5 touchdowns. On defense, you have Tremont Morris-Brash, who led the team in sacks with 6, and Davon Wilson, who transferred from Georgia, who led the team with 3 interceptions. Now, on the Tulane side, let's see here. I'm going to get y'all the spread right quick. The spread of the Tulane game is Tulane -4. Okay. There we go. Cool. So Tulane, they had 2 notable losses against Southern Miss early in the year, 27-24, and against UCF, 38-31. They had a couple of notable wins, though, including a big win, 17-10 over Kansas State, a overtime win over Houston, 27-24, and a big win last Saturday against Cincinnati, 27-24, to get into this game. Their quarterback, Michael Pratt, has 2,382 yards passing, 64.9 completion percentage, 21 touchdowns and 4 interceptions. But mostly it's laid on their run game. Tajay Spears has 1,177 yards rushing and 14 touchdowns. Shea Wyatt has 582 yards receiving and 5 touchdowns. Deuce Watts has 440 yards receiving and 7 touchdowns. And then on defense, Dorian Williams and Darius Hodge both lead the team with 4 sacks apiece. Now, we saw in the season UCF come out and beat Tulane in a 1-possession game. So, I think this is going to be a closer game. It's in Pullman. And I believe it was... No, they played UCF at home. So, this will be a rematch at home. I think that my thought process, it's very hard to beat a team twice in the same season. I think Tulane wins this game, but I do think UCF covers. So I'm going to take Tulane to win. I'm going to take UCF to cover. So UCF +4, but Tulane to win. So there you go. Tulane wins the American Championship for the first time ever. And probably, if they win this, they'll make a New Year's Six Bowl. So, there you go. Thank you all so much for watching. Hope you all enjoyed, and go Dogs.